Oh my God. Yes, I see why it's an interesting name for a blusher. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. That's just a blusher? What the f***? Hi, I hope you're all well. If you are new around here, hello, it's lovely to meet you. I know there is quite a few new people around here. Hello, I'm going to get to that in a wee minute. But if you are returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. You are my people. Thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you so much for continuing to watch the videos. It means a lot. So, if you are new around here, on this channel we talk all things beauty, skincare, healthcare, lifestyle, travel-y, bloggery, vloggery bullshit, but with a liberal sprinkling of sarcasm, cynicism, and some might say honesty thrown in on top. But I just want to say hello to all the people who have came over from Michaela's channel, because I was blown away by the number of yous that have came over from her. She did a little shout out of my Merit Beauty video, the roundup that I done of it, and she was basically saying some really kind and lovely things, and I have to say thank you so much. I have followed Michaela for the better part of a decade. I've been following her since she had like the short kind of blue purpley pink bob. I just think like I've been following this person for so long and it's became such a parasocial relationship. I talk to her in the DMs on Instagram all the time now. She's just such a wonderful and lovely person. I feel like she's so down to earth, and for her to give me a little shout out like that, it means the world to me. It made a big difference to my channel because it's tiny. So if you have came over from her, thank you so fucking much. I do like to swear a little bit more than her, that's your word of warning. I have got a little bit more of a vulgar mouth, but I always blame it on the fact that I'm Scottish. Sometimes it just rolls off the tongue, you don't mean it in badness, it's part of the vocabulary, okay? So don't take it too seriously. So my name's Alanna, I'm a 36-year-old lady living in Scotland. I recently had a wee boy last year. He was born in March last year, so he's just turned 1 year old. I also live with chronic health conditions, including type 1 diabetes, and I have had heart surgery a couple of times. I had something called a coarctation of the aorta. I now have something called hypothyroidism off the back of my pregnancy, and I also have a mitral valve regurgitation in my heart. These are all like little things that you might just not know about me if you've joined because you want to know about the beauty side of things. I have a lovely partner called Alan. We are not married, but if you hear me saying my other half, it's just because we've been together so long, I don't even want to get into it. We met each other when I was 17. If you want to hear this story, comment down below, I'll be happy to go into it for you. We met each other when I was 17, but we didn't actually get together till my late 20s. We weren't friends that whole time, but long story short, here we are in my mid 30s now with a little boy, and I love him to bits. Alan as well, not just a little boy. But I have been a long time beauty lover. I went and studied fashion, first of all, textile fashion design, went and done an internship in London and all that kind of stuff. So my creative juices are very much deemed to art and all that kind of thing. But in my full-time job, I am actually a nurse. I work in gastroenterology and hepatology, which is everything from your mouth to your arsehole and everything in between, mainly the liver. That's what I work with all day, 3 to 4 days a week. That is my main job. This is just a hobby for me. It would be lovely if it turned into something else, but that's what my aim is for here. My aim on this channel, I'm going to put a video up in the corner here because I feel like it's probably gives you a really good idea of what I'm talking about on this channel. I love to talk about new beauty bits. I love to talk about kind of things that I've been trying, but I am not going to be the beauty reviewer who's like, new release, because it just ain't my bag. It just ain't for me. And I'm also not shy to say when something is crap, even if a brand has sent it to me, I don't give a shit. So if that does sound like your cup of tea, there is a little subscription button in the corner here. Give it a thumbs up as well, all that other YouTuber crap. And let's just get into this video, which is gonna be a little Beauty Bay haul. I have the box right here. So remember to grab yourself a tea, a coffee, a cuppa, whatever you like. I also have myself a little mini digestive slice biscuit. I actually bought these for taking to work for my lunch bag, and more often than not I have ate most of them here before I've even had a shift, because my shifts this week were really split up. I had some at the start of the week and then I've got one on Sunday, so you know, the biscuits have been eaten in between, what can I say. Alright, so just to give you a little background here as well, you know, if you are new, you might like to know that I like a tangent. I don't know why, my brain just works that way. I go off in tangents all the time, I'm sorry. But I was at a festival a couple of weekends ago. It was what, an old people's festival. Started at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, finished by 11 o'clock midnight. My cup of tea exactly, fantastic. But I thought I want to do something a bit like festival makeup, blah blah blah. And I also do this thing over on Instagram called Affordable Fridays, where I use only budget or drugstore makeup to do a look. For instance, I filmed one today and that is what this makeup look is as well. So if you like the look of this, head over to Instagram and you'll get to see all that kind of good stuff. But I thought I'm gonna try a really good like colourful neon / pastel festival looking type thing. Like see when I used to go to festivals, I specifically went to like rock festivals, download and things like that. So, you know, a lot of the time if I was going to a festival, I had lots of black eyeliner and it was probably running down my face and I didn't really give a shit. But nowadays, I feel like the whole Euphoria vibe, I've never watched Euphoria. I'm not going to lie. People tell me it's fantastic. I've just not had the time in the past year. But people tell me it's brilliant. And I do really love the makeup artistry from it. Donny Davy is the person, or is it Davy or Davy? I want to say Davy. She is the brains behind the whole operation. And I love it. I love it. I love colour. I am someone who on the daily likes something very simple like this. I don't have time to do things, but when I do have time and I get the chance to play with makeup, I love doing something a little bit out there, a little bit different, colourful, exciting, glitter, love it. I love indie brands as well, like Glisten Cosmetics, who do the best kind of liners, wet liners, to do loads of different kind of graphic eyes. I really enjoy Danessa Myricks as well. She does some really nice kind of glittery things. Bodyography do amazing glitters. Lemonhead as well. But there was a few indie brands that came off the back of Donny Davy and the Euphoria kind of vibe. And I thought, I really want to try some of them. But I want to try and recreate that look, that style, we're using just drugstore brands. So I created this look. I also done a reel on it and I thought I did love the look. I actually done 2 looks, so we're different on both eyes. But I picked up these. These are from Barry M and they are the High Vis liquid liners. You see them here? Now, these are not from Beauty Bay. I just picked these up in Superdrug. But I picked these up with the intention of doing this kind of a look. And what I have to say is these were not very good. So my whole point of Affordable Friday is that you're either using makeup you've already got, picking out things that you forgot about, or picking up things that are probably decent dupes for a higher end but work just as well. So looking at that picture and looking at that reel, you probably think, wow, that's pretty impressive. But in all honesty, these didn't quite cut it. I would say go and try out the Glisten wet liners instead. They're just better. And to be honest with you, the Glisten wet liners, they do bundles and stuff, so for price per pound and what you're getting and all that, and the uses of the wet liners, because it's like a cake liner, you're actually probably, they're much of a muchness. It's not like one is high end and one is low end. They are much of a muchness. But these weren't great. They weren't fantastic. I feel like the purpley one was just too insipid on my skin. I'm pale anyway, but it was almost like as if it was just a dodgy vein on my eye or something like that, like a dodgy purple vein. And I tried to go over it a few times, but it just didn't look like pastel. It was just wishy-washy. The orange one that's kind of peach colour, to be honest with you, that was nice and it went on really nice, but then see when it dried down, it became washed out as well. It wasn't as bright as when I first put it on. And funnily enough, when I actually wiped it off, and even if I was to do like a wee swatch on my hand and then wipe that away, it was like it stained the skin orange, but the lighter like chalkiness that makes it pastel just sat on top. It went funny, I don't know. And the same with this yellow one. I wasn't blown away. I actually felt like the yellow one lifted when you were trying to go back over the line to make it more thick or make it more opaque. I just was not in love with these. This here from 3 Aina, this was the colour pen eyeliner. They do amazing colours from this brand, right? And I picked this one up as well, and it is much more of a violet purple. It's not like a pastel purple or a lilac or a lavender. This is like a violet. And this is one of these kind of ink pens, like you just like so, you know? And it does come out really nicely. It's a beautiful colour as well. It's an absolutely stunning colour. But what I'm going to say about this is, it works well when you're doing like that line, right? But if you're trying to do intricate stuff and come up and re-go back, it dries as you're using it, which makes it very difficult to make things look crisp. That's my complaint with this. What I was finding I was having to do was like push down like this, get some of the ink on my hand, and then go back in with a little skinny nib and go back into my intricate areas. So I like this, and I think if you just want a really pop of purple wing, for instance, it's going to work really well. But if you're wanting to do any kind of shapes and stuff, maybe not fantastic. Again, I would recommend the glisten liners over that. But the colour is very, very good, and it's a very interesting brand to see in Superdrug. Although not overly affordable. I think some of their stuff's quite pricey. I think I've seen things like, is it the mascaras that are £10, £10.99? So, you know, they're up there. And I then picked up these from Revolution. I wish they just called it Relove or Revolution. I don't know. It's Revolution Beauty, right? But it's Revolution. And I very stupidly picked up these 3 glitter, and they actually say euphoric on them. So obviously buying into that kind of marketing. I picked up these 3 glitters thinking that they were gel glitters, like the ones you can just put on in their, you know, festival glitters. But these are all loose glitters. And actually, the one that I used, what did I end up using? The Gold Star or something? Was it that one? Yeah, Gold Star. I think I used this one too, which was Ice White. They were nice. I put them on with a glitter glue, but honestly, like if I'd known they were loose glitters, like so, I would never have picked these up. They worked nicely, but it's just not what I thought it had been marketed as. So, long story is that I picked up all these things from affordable brands. Oh, I picked up this freckle pen as well from Revolution. Blah, 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 blah. Don't buy it. It's shit. If you want a nice natural looking freckle, this is not going to give you it. It gives you like really obvious looking freckles. This is a little inky one as well. Like you'd be better just saying this is a brown eyeliner. That's it there. But see, once it's on the face, you can't move it anywhere. So if I was putting on a little bit of faux freckling or something, I get freckles here, right? So I put on a couple of faux ones and pat, and just spread them about my face a little bit. They don't move. I'd have been as well using a brown felt tip pen. Honestly, no. This is a no. But, as I was saying, the reason I picked all this up was because I wanted to see if I could create that kind of indie brand, euphoric look, without going for the more pricey options on Beauty Bay. And have to say, unfortunately I couldn't. So here we are with our Beauty Bay haul. Oh, what a long explanation. I know if you're new, you're going to be like, this is shit. This is not something I can sign up to. But let me just tell you what I picked up. It's not a big haul, I promise. First of all, I picked up this from Made by Mitchell. And the reason I picked this up is because I've seen a lot of people talking about Made by Mitchell. But it's never ever super duper enticed me. I've never ever been looking at it thinking like, that is something I have to have. They've got liquid blushes that are similar to that of Rare Beauty. I already own one of them. I just was like, there's nothing there that I'm like, whoa, I need to have that. The eyeshadow palettes are nice. People say they're very pigmented, very opaque. They work really well. But again, it's like rainbow palettes. I feel like we're taking it back to like fucking James Charles back in 2016. Like, do we still need rainbow palettes? I don't know. I just like a palette that's got a little bit more interesting colour story going on. Because I'm a bit of a fucking snob like that, let's face it. I'm going to have another bit of biscuit. But this here, I think I only spent 25 quid to get this mystery bag. And it said it was worth something like 75. So we'll cut into that and see what the chat is. I also picked up this, which is from Beauty Bay's own brand. Is it Be by Beauty Bay? Or Be by Superdrug? Just by Beauty Bay. And this is their glow filter. So this is supposed to be like the Charlotte Tilbury one, the other one, what you call it? What is it? Not the e.l.f. one. There's one in the drugstore at the moment and I can't think who it is. Is it Revolution? There's like similar ones of this. Like everybody's doing this now. And I picked it up in, does it tell me a shade? BB 102. I feel like there was a name as well, but that's what it says on it now. And obviously this is like, you can wear it under makeup as a dewy base, or you can wear it on the tops of your cheeks, etc. So, oh god, that's quite, oh, that's maybe a little peachy, maybe a little yet. I don't know, it might come together. It seems quite thick as well, considering the kind of product it is. Definitely isn't similar to that of the Charlotte Tilbury or the e.l.f. Does have a nice sheen though. Can we see that? Ooh. Once I've actually started rubbing it in there, I actually think the colour is probably not too bad for my skin tone. It's not too yellow. That's almost my worry. If it's too pale or too yellow, this has a little bit of pinky redness to it that probably lends itself. By the way, my arm looks really tanned. My face doesn't. That's because I'm doing self-tan videos this week, just so you know. But that looks like it's got quite a nice sheen to it. I am not somebody who likes a full coverage foundation. This is certainly something I'd be more inclined to use in the summer with a little bit of concealer, go my merry way. I actually had seen Michaela speaking quite recently, or in recent months, saying how the more full coverage stuff she puts on, the more like dry and stuff her skin. And I've always been like that. For years now, since I turned my 30s, I want to say, I've always been like that. I can't get away with like a full coverage foundation anymore. I will wear them on occasion if maybe I'm going on like an evening out or I've got some sort of event to go to. I might wear one, but 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be going with that kind of sheer coverage and then concealer where I need it. So I look forward to trying this. Certainly, yeah, the sheen is nice. And then I picked up some bits from, where is it? There we go. The brands that I was talking about that have kind of turned my head. Half Magic, which is Donny Daffy's brand. And I also wanted to try something from About Face. Now, as I said already, on the daily, this is kind of what I look like. Probably less than this. A lot of the time, it's just a little bit of mascara, lip balm, and I'm on my way. I have a 1-year-old. I am not doing crazy makeup every single day of the week. But on the days when I get a bit of time to myself, like today, for instance, he's at nursery, I will have a little play with makeup. And on those days, I do like something quite interesting. So this is, first of all, the Chromatic Addiction Eye Paint Plus Liner. And this is in Sky Juice. And it is a matte one. And if you can see there, it's very mirrored, sorry. You can see there, it's got like this kind of blue bit in the middle. So it's like a sky blue colour, let's face it. Oh, this colour. Oh my God, this colour! Look at that! Oh, that is my cup of char right there. That is very beautiful. I look forward to trying that in the summer months. And I also got another one, but this one is the shimmery one. And this one, it says eye paint and liner again, in Main Character. And this one, I feel like this one is a lot more pink than I remember when I ordered it. Wait a minute, I'm going to show you in the back of my hand. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about that, if I'm honest. Hold on. That is it there. So there on that swatch it looks okay, but you can see it's obviously got shimmer and sheen to it. Hold on, I'll zoom you in a bit. Can you see how sheer it is though? Like the blue one is opaque, you can see it. But that one is really kind of sheer, and I feel like it's shimmery, but can't help but feel a little underwhelmed by that. Okay, so this one describes itself as violet with silver reflex. I suppose it is violet. I would say violet is more like this colour though. No, am I being wrong? I feel like this is violet. That to me is pink. It does have silver glitters in it, but do you know what this reminds me of? Hold on. I've just went and got this. This is the Studio London Colour Icon eyeshadow pigment, and this is in Major Magenta. That's definitely more, yeah, this is more magenta. I don't feel like this is violet. Yeah, I feel like this is more closer to this colour. Like, it's not purple, but it does have silver reflex in it. So the Major Magenta one is definitely like, whoo, pink, yeah? The one in the middle is a little bit more purpley, but it's not violet. Never in a million years. I'm also just looking at these thinking, the Major Magenta one is like $5, I want to say, from Studio London. I really rate these. I think they're very good. If you're into like kind of liquid shadows or one and done shadows, quick out the door kind of look, these are very, very good. Different like textures, because this one is a shimmery one, I would say. A couple of their shimmery ones lifted a little bit, but the gold one I have and this one, beautiful. Whereas the matte one I have is absolutely stunning. But I would say that's closer to this kind of colour than a violet. I don't know, maybe you will disagree with me. But also, I'm just thinking like, these ain't cheap, and that one at a $5 is probably not that dissimilar. But anyway, so that is them. I am going to play with them a little bit more. Maybe I will do a little comparison of that and the colour icon. But I also got this one, as I said, because I love kind of matte stuff and liquid shadows from About Face. I do love the About Face packaging. I think it's very cute. It's like soft touch. Something very satisfying about the feeling of it being like a soft touch packaging. Probably will get absolutely manky. This is called Incoming, is that right? Yes, Incoming. And I wanted this one because again, I think this is a colour that you really struggle to get a good matte shadow, and it's opaque and keeps all the colour. Oh my god! That actually, see that and that blue together. I mean, it's like the Ukrainian flag almost, but that is just, oh, that's up my street. So I look forward to playing with these. I am hoping that these, because it obviously said these were liners as well. These ones here in the middle. I don't think that's what the About Face one claims. If you could, I imagine you could probably use this anywhere on the skin. You're not needing to just use it on, you could use that as a liner, couldn't you? Right, let's crack into this Made by Mitchell bag. I bet you people who are watching this will be like, oh, got roped in by a mystery bag title and fuck me, we're like half an hour into the video. Whoa! There's quite a lot in this, considering the price I paid for it. Ah shit, I've only got like 11 minutes left to film, so this is going to be quick. So I've just poured everything out there. Oh, I forgot to tell you as well, I picked these up from Half Magic, which are like the little gemstones. These are actually very, very pretty. I used some of these when I went to that festival a few weeks ago, and I think they are absolutely glorious. But anyway, back to Made by Mitchell. So I've got two brushes. One is the MF2. Let's just open this. I have to say, I personally like I like a black and silver blush. I'm not into like neon colours like this, but this is fun. This would not be something that I would see in a shop and be like, you know what, I'm going to buy the set, but this is fun. I like this. It's quite cute. So that's very soft, definitely synthetic, but very soft. And then this one here is the MF4. So like a little buffing brush on a bit of an angle. You see that there? Again, very soft. Interesting. These kind of brushes, like synthetic ones and stuff, are usually very good for liquid blushes, which is what Made by Mitchell I feel like has made his name on at the moment anyway. There's two of them in this packet, by the way, we'll get into it. So I also have this here, which is the swirl kit. What is this? What is this? Swirl solution and Me 12 brush. Hold on, let me just crack into this. It looks like there's another brush in here, and what is this? Swirl solution. What is this? Fuck's sake. And it's like a little oh, I get it! Oh, I'm a fucking donkey. So I think what this is, it doesn't actually say on the packet, which doesn't help. But I think what this is you would squeeze a little bit of this out, although very, very liquidy. I don't know if you can see that there. It's like, what are those things called when you're trying to make sure things are straight? A spirit level? It's like the bubble is diving up and down there. Very, very liquidy considering. But if you're someone who uses like a Max Fix Plus or something like that to then get your cake eyeliners to, what am I fucking trying to say? To mix up your cake eyeliners, or if you want to convert a shadow into a liner, because you can do that as well, I'm wondering if that's what this would be for. I wouldn't squeeze this straight onto an eyeshadow because you might ruin the eyeshadow. But maybe some on a little thing at the side, and maybe that's what it's for. And a little detailing brush, like a little tiny detailing brush. So I presume that's what that's for. I then have this, which is Coppa, what is this? Beam? What is this? Honestly, the packaging is so confusing. There is like lots of interesting graphics all over it. Like this one was all this fun, like swirly stuff. And then it says Beam. I don't know if you're going to see that, like an embossed writing. And then at the bottom it says Coppa Droppa, which I presume is the shade. But then on the back it says it's a lip gloss. I would have thought this was a highlighter by those kind of goings. Okay. Okay. I don't think you're going to see it, are you? Can you see this? It's like proper iridescent copper. And it says it's a lip gloss. I'm putting this on right now. It's definitely a lip gloss. I was hoping it would be like an eye thing, but it's definitely a lip gloss. Shall we just try this? Oh, wow. That is a super duper glossy lip. Ooh. Is it very coppery though? I know I've put it over a dark colour. Zoom in. Do we think it's coppery? It also feels a little bitty, if I'm honest with you. Oh, and do you see that? Ugh. I'm not into that, but I want to try this without the lip colour on, because otherwise I won't know if it's truly coppery. I don't think you can see it coppery with this lip colour. I don't know. I'm not enjoying the sensation. I feel like it's got little gritty bits that are the not the glitter, but the shimmer, the copper shimmer. It feels a little gritty, if I'm honest with you. And then I got, let's get into the blushes. It's a liquid blush. I don't know why they call them blush, but that's what they're called. And one of them is, what's this one? Again, so confusing. Blursh, this one is Blursh, and this one is Blursh Dreams. I don't know what the difference is. And this one is in Minted, which is an interesting name for a blusher. Oh my fucking god. Yes, I see why it's an interesting name for a blusher. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. That's a blusher? What the fuck? Right, first of all, I'm going to say, like I have already, I like experimenting, I like colour, I like giving things a go. But even for me, that as a blusher, I think there's lines I just might not cross. That is a oh my god, what's the other colour? Because I swear to god, if this one is like fucking bright green or something. No, right, so this one is melon sorbet. This one is much more norm. Look at that! Oh my god! I would put it on the now, just for the fun of it, but I have to go and pick Jack up in 10 minutes from nursery. And there is a certain line, like I say, I'm not going to cross. Ooh, this one though, in melon sorbet. That's pretty. That's really nice on the side there. Oh, that's cute. I would wear that. Jesus wept. Look at that. Look at that. So, the long and short of it is, do I think this is all worth it? I think the mystery bag, actually, for what you're getting, is pretty decent for the price I paid for it. But I think it would have been better if you'd got 2 usable blushes, and the lip gloss so far on this kind of feeling I'm not loving, but it's not the end of the world. It's something that I certainly could try with nothing on my lips, and I'll give it another go. But I will get back to you about these blushers because I love a liquid blush. Maybe we will do an interesting look with that blusher. I have no idea. The brushes feel very nice. I will keep you updated on them as well. But as I said, I am running now a little bit late to go and get my son. So that is where I'm going to end this. I can't fucking get over. That's a blusher. But if you see my video at the start of the year, I think that this is what we're going to see. More and more kind of experimentation in makeup. And I kind of fucking like it. It's just probably for me. I'm not sure. Other than Halloween and maybe just for some Instagram looks, this is not something I'm going to be wearing on the daily. But I'm sure it'll be great fun, especially for makeup artists and stuff. I maybe actually pass this on to someone once I've gave it a wee go. But that's where we're leaving this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you are new around here, I hope you stick about. And I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye.